According to scientists' best estimates, the universe is roughly 13.8 billion years old. The Earth's age is believed to be 4.5 billion years old. The Sun will grow in another 500 million years, or more, likely evaporating the oceans and rendering life on Earth untenable. This indicates that if consciousness had taken 10% longer to arrive, it would have cost 10% more. I'm curious as to how many one-planet civilizations have perished out there in the universe, who never made it to the other side of the galaxy and finally died out or were obliterated. Take a look at that dot over there. That's where I'm from. That's who we are. Everyone you care about. You and everyone you know. Everyone you've ever heard of is on this list. Every single person who has ever lived a life. The sum of our joys and sorrows. Hundreds of thousands of self-assured religious and economic philosophies. Every hunter and forager. Every hero and coward. Every civilization builder and destroyer. Every king and queen. Every optimistic kid inventor and peasant. Every young couple in love. Every mother and father. Every explorer. Moral instructor. Corrupt politician, rock star, and ultimate leader. On a speck of dust hanging in a sunbeam, every saint and sinner in the history of our species existed. There is no hint that help will arrive from somewhere to save us from ourselves in all of this immensity. The Earth is the only planet known to have life on it. Our species has nowhere else to go. No. There are hundreds of places we can go. Elon Musk is adamantly opposed to migration, at least in the near future. There will be two periods in history. One possibility is that humanity will live on Earth indefinitely, after which there will be some form of extinction event. While I don't have a doomsday prediction, history says that there will be some form of disaster. This is a juicy occasion. The second option is for us to evolve into a space spring civilization and a multi-planet species, which I believe is the best option. Demographic implosion is something we should be concerned about. So if you look at nations like Japan and much of Europe, you'll see that there are 60-year-olds and 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds and 20-year-olds forming a demographic pyramid. As a result, it'll tumble over and won't be able to stand. What we'll end up with in those nations is a very high dependence ratio, where the majority of the population is reliant on the government. The number of retirees is disproportionately high in comparison to the number of net producers. The social safety net, as you know, will not hold. This isn't how we evolved. China is moving in the same path because, you know, they had the one-child policy, and then, even when they repealed it and eliminated the necessity, the cultural norm was to have 2 children. People were bound to argue, well, what about immigration, with an average of 1 child? After all, China already has a population of 1.5 billion people. Where would the next 700 million come from? What if there were more people? Even with sublight travel, you could easily occupy the whole galaxy, even some neighboring galaxies. Could Elon Musk dominate the cosmos in 1,000,000 years? What is the point of building a 1,000,000-person metropolis on Mars? Yes, I believe it is critical to have a vision of the future that is both exciting and attractive. There are reasons why you get up in the morning. Live, as in why do you desire to live? What is the point, what inspires you, and what are you doing now? We value the future, and if we're not out there, if the future doesn't entail being out among the people, I find it depressing because we are a multi-planet species. In terms of space advancement, we were able to send someone to the moon in 1969. Then there was the space shuttle, which could only transport people to low Earth orbit, and when it was retired, the US could no longer launch people into space. But that is the tendency, and it isn't if you make a mistake and believe that technology will solve everything. It gets better on its own. To some extent, the meaning of existence is to comprehend nature of the cosmos and discover what life's purpose is. So, like I said, I think we don't know the appropriate questions to ask. But if we understand more about the world, if we broaden the breadth and scale of awareness, we'll be better equipped to ask the correct questions regarding the invoices.